channel. Don't mind the green glare from my little green tree right here. I also have some Christmas lights up over here. I would love to have them back here so that way you can see them, but sadly there's only one outlet and it's being used for my TV. So the aesthetic is here. It's just not visible to you other than the eerie green light and making my skin green. But we got some presents here as well, so just a vibe. We got a candle over here. But yeah, I hope that you guys are all having a very festive holiday season. Like I said before, I am so sorry that I am not making so much videos. Halloween is kind of more my month for inspiration. Christmas is more just kind of like chill, eat cookies, take some time off, like so I'm doing videos when I can. But yeah, today we are doing another movie review. I am going to be reviewing Encanto. And I just feel like this has not been the year for me for movies as much as I wanted it to. Yeah, it's okay. I've had some good ones, I've had some bad ones, I've had some iffy ones, I've had some interesting ones, I've had some that were semi good, some that were good for the most part, hated the ending, all of the above. Um, this one, I appreciate the concept being Hispanic. I really, you enjoy when a movie is Hispanic and it has um, characters that are tan and are speaking Spanish and actors and actresses that are Hispanic playing them. I mean, it's a good time. It's a good feel, good time. I just felt like this movie didn't hit the mark for me. I didn't understand. Like, I understand. It was one big metaphor. I understood that. But as to making the metaphor understandable, in the sense that the whole entire movie, I was like, this is a metaphor. And I didn't want to be thinking that. I wanted to be looking at it as a movie, and not this is happening because of this, and then you're learning this kind of thing. Um, but I enjoyed the visuals. It was beautifully done. The songs, the thing is, I love Lin Manuel Miranda, and him doing Disney and Pixar, and like it's just I love it. But at the same time, it's not that I'm getting sick of it. It's more sort of like there's the same type of rhythm for each one, and it's the same kind of feeling in like the way the words are like they're said and the way that the stories are told. And I for one am just kind of like I want something new. Not that I don't want him to do it because he's brilliant. I just want some more experimentation with the way things are done. I feel like Moana was his most like diverse in terms of like songs and uh like I'm not one to talk music. I'm far from that. But just like the lyrics and everything just seemed a little bit more natural, felt more Disney. Um Whereas these felt a little bit more, we are making sure that they are songs that tell the story so much that they are so like on the point of telling the story. I just feel like they tried to they focused too much on that, and then on interactions. There's a lot of interactions that happens in his songs. Like they could be like having a conversation, which is perfectly fine, and then go off into a song about something else, and then this, and then we're here and there, and it's fine. It just there's this one part, I think it's when one of the aunts is singing, and like she's like telling the story about Bruno, and then the uncle says something, and she's like, "You're interrupting me," and it's or something like that, and it's just like, and he's like, "It's okay, my dear, I'll stop talking," and just like, I don't know, I felt a little off. I'm just like, we don't need that. I felt like that was just kind of added for like, you know, um, and again, it's the same kind of beat. So I just I don't know. I felt very we are sticking to this beat, telling the story, and then they felt a little forced in that. That's just my opinion. That being said, I love his work. I just wish that maybe we can venture off from that a bit. Um, Another thing was just the lack of filling in the gaps with the storyline. Like, okay, they have these gifts, they have a candle that um, gives them these powers and everything, and it was a gift. But it's like, why? You know, kind of thing. Like, I get it. Like, the grandmother suffered and she lost a lot, but it's like I didn't even know what was happening, to be honest, because there was like fire and then there was people on horses. In the beginning it was just kind of like he disappeared and I was like, what is happening, you know? It didn't feel like the storyline was concrete enough to explain why she was chosen. I feel like with, like, you know, Rapunzel and like Coco, like it just like there was a little bit more to the story where you didn't have questions. Rapunzel, it's like the mom needed the flower, and like they had heard stories of this flower, and that's why this flower, you know, existed, and this and that. And then in Coco, it's like, well, my grandfather, he left, and this and that. He wanted to be a musician, so like there was something concrete behind that, and I feel like this was just kind of like here, and I'm just like, okay, but why? And I feel like that just kind of like the English major in me being like, I don't, I kind of need more. You kind of need to give me more, like, please. And I feel like as I'm getting older, I want stories with a nice little bow and to have like things explained, and they don't nowadays. But like some try too hard, I feel. But it just kind of like just give me a little bit, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who is confused here if I'm looking at it this way, you know. And then talking to my siblings, it's like I wasn't the only one. Um, so I don't know. But yeah, those are like my thoughts on that. Regards to the characters, I thought they were well rounded for the most part, except for like the secondary characters, like the main characters. I feel were like done the best, and I also felt that some of the secondary characters were done pretty okay, but there was like some, like the mom. No, no, not the mom. The mom was good. Like the aunt and the uncle, and one of the cousins, even like the grandma. No, not the grandma really, but there was. I feel like there was parts of the mom and the grandma that should have been kind of like sculpted out more. So that everything was like a little bit more refined. Obviously, it's a movie. It's not like, you know, it's not going to be perfect. It's not that I want it to be perfect. It's more sort of just like there's little things here and there where I just feel like you could have done a little bit better with that. But in terms of like the mom's relationship with the daughter, I love that. The father I thought was excellently done. Is that a word? English major, don't know. Also creative writing student, so I can make up words. The benefit of both worlds. But I feel like, yeah, the dad's relationship with the daughter was really well done, and one of the cousins was, I feel, up to par. I don't know their names because there were so many of them. The sisters I felt were very well done. Uh, some of their songs I enjoyed. Uh, the I think it's the second oldest sister, the one with the flowers and stuff. I liked her songs more than the other ones. Just because I felt that they were a little bit more original. Um, and I liked her relationship with her little cousin. In terms of characters that I liked and I didn't like, I did not like the grandma, but I think that was like everybody. I didn't like uh, the aunt. I didn't like some of the cousins. The older sister I didn't really like. like the list can go on and on. I just feel like they treated her horribly, and it was just kind of like a bunch of microaggressions that they were throwing at her, and they made her feel like terribly because she didn't have this gift. And it was just like, dude, like, do you even realize like what you're doing to this individual? Like, taking pictures without her, telling her that basically she's not one of them 24/7. Like, it's enough to make anyone like feel terrible. Like, I think that this movie could have like taken it to the next level and been like Inside Out and been like, this girl like is going through stuff. She's severely depressed. But then it wouldn't be like, I mean, Inside Out did it perfectly. I even think that what's that one movie? I'm losing it. Uh, the one with the he died and um he came back, and then there was the little cloud thing. I know the name of this movie. Oh my goodness, it was a good movie. Anyway, welcome to my channel where I make myself look like I know absolutely nothing about what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, I felt that. Where was I going with this? I feel like it could have gone a little bit more there, but I didn't want to because it was talking about like the concept of family, and it was like Hispanic family, like they value family so much, and it's like, yes, but Hispanic families can also be a little, so like let's go there. Why not go there? Like I feel like we went there with Coco, so like why not go there? And I just feel like it could have gone there and it didn't. Let me see. Ah, the uncle living in the walls was top notch quality, but it was also kind of creepy. His friends, the mouses, reminded me of Coraline. What else? What else? What else? The fact that like they are so like they love these gifts and this magic in their family, and when it came to the uncle, like basically he didn't do what they wanted, like, and when he did do what they wanted, he felt like he couldn't give them the answers they wanted, so he left. Like, that's like hardcore, like, something's wrong there. Um, and the fact that they couldn't, like, love his gift, um, like the rest of them, and they put so much pressure on that we need to help the town when it was like this whole thing was about the family and like preserving the family. So why are we helping out the people in the town? Like, I mean, they can kind of do things like why are we carrying donkeys? Can someone explain that to me? Why are we carrying? Can't the donkeys walk? I'm sorry, donkeys, but can't you walk? Like, and so like little stuff like that. I'm just like, eh. The breakthrough with the sister and the main character. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm terrible with names. So this is how I always refer to them, unless like I know the name. Like was Maribel, um, and them having like that moment where she like realizes like I don't have to be pretty and perfect. Like that was good. I like that. I enjoyed that. This moment with her other sister was a little. I liked it. It was a little awkward. And then there was donkeys with unicorn horns, and then I'm like, why? Why do we always have to go there? Like, why do we have to go there nowadays? It's just weird. I don't like the whole putting unicorn horns on everything thing, unless it's a unicorn. Like, it's getting a little too weird. I'm sorry. So yeah. The ending I felt it wasn't expected. I'm not saying I hated it. I'm just a little confused by it because they had to like rebuild the house like from top to bottom, and then she like put the doorknob in, and then it was like magic. And it's like, why did you make them do all the hard work? Like they were good before they started doing all the hard work. Like they had already like patched up the family and everything. So like why? And then where were they staying? Like they were just kind of like out there. It took like little to no time. Like okay. And then she didn't get her gift, but her gift I feel like was uniting the family, but it still was just kind of like you expected something to happen. Her to at least get a room. She was living in the nursery. Do you see how sad this is? Like, she was basically Harry Potter. Like, she was living in the nursery where all the new kids and the new babies stay until they get their gift and they get their own room because the house produces this new room for them. Um, and since she never got her door, she stayed in the nursery with whatever new kid comes along, and then they leave because they get their door and they get their gift, and she stays in the nursery. Like, this is sad. Like, this is sad. Like, you couldn't have made her a room. Like, the house moves itself. Like, you can't tell the house, hey, like, she didn't get the gift, but can you, like, make an extra room just for her? Like, it doesn't have to be this extravagant thing, but, like, she's staying in the nursery. Like, these kids can't even just, like, stay in their parents' room. Like, they make them stay with her, and that's kind of depressing. I'm sorry, but it is. And then the way the grandma's like looking at her when she's like walking down her cousin because he wants like her to walk him down, like, oh my goodness, she's gonna ruin everything. Like, cut her some slack. You think this is her fault? Like, and you not believing her and basically like shrugging off everything that she says, like, and blaming her. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. Like, I just felt for her. The house was everything though. I need that house. um so yeah, like, I was just kind of like, okay, like, that's just my feelings for the movie. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing, but no, it was just this big metaphor that focused on the idea of a metaphor, and I wanted it to be not that. I wanted it to be just a pretty beautiful, heartfelt movie that I can have fun with, and I felt that it was something that tried a little too hard. Um, but yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Um, I'm gonna be brutally honest and say my opinion on my channel. So here it is. But I feel like for kids, they're not gonna like look at that. They're gonna just enjoy the movie. So, maybe it's just because I'm older, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.